Wait a minute. Simon Cowell was hypnotized by a dog? Is that even possible? Yes, yes it is. And stick around and I'll tell you how. Live, trance, and prosper. Hi, I'm Dr. David Phillips, and welcome to Tips, Tricks, Methods, and Questions. And this week's questions are really doozy. How could a dog hypnotize Simon Cowell? Well, actually, I'm going to talk a bit about how a dog could hypnotize anybody, really, not just celebrities in charge of big TV shows. But recently, fairly recently actually, at the time of this recording, Cowell was at a taping for the auditions for Britain's Got Talent. And there was a live audience, and everyone found themselves in shock after a dog act reportedly left Simon Cowell hypnotized. Now, Cowell, as you know, is a judge. He's the acerbic one on many panel talent shows, and they were auditioning folks, and there was a woman who came in who had a German Spitz dog named Princess, and the talent said that her dog could hypnotize people. And so Cowell was invited up, and keep in mind that he owns 3 tiny little dogs himself. And after he came up and he was told by the talent that her dog Princess could hypnotize people, he came back to his seat and he said that he felt weird, kind of floaty. And after the cameras turned off and people were going out, he collapsed. It was about 5 minutes after the cameras were off, and Princess, the dog, was actually brought back to snap him out of the trance. Okay? Now here's the thing. Some folks are saying, well, this is nonsense. It's just publicity for the show. That's possible. Other people are freaking out. Yeah, my dog does that. Whenever I look into the dog's eyes, I feel like I'm going into some sort of trance, or he controls me. Now, in the audition, Cowell looked into the dog's eyes for a little while. Now, here's the thing. No, the dog did not hypnotize Simon Cowell. Yes, he may very well have been hypnotized. Hypno dogs are fairly common showbiz gimmicks used by hypnotists to bring in an audience or a crowd. They've been around quite a long time, and if you Google hypno dog, you'll find numerous examples of acts in the United States, Canada, Australia, and the UK. I don't know others, countries, sorry, I only know the English Google, but probably other countries as well with the word hypno dog. Essentially, the dog's owner or partner lets the audience know that the dog can look people in the eyes and hypnotize them. And it works. And stage acts have been running for decades. I know of acts like this from the 1930s. I assume it's been around even longer. One guy in the mid-1930s, during the Depression era, he would go from town to town with his little dog, and he would always do interviews. But one trick he had up his sleeve was to announce to the radio show that his dog had disappeared was missing, and would people please look out for the dog because it's supposed to be at this place, this time to hypnotize people. And if members of the public see the dog, please report to the radio station so that someone can arrange for the dog to be picked up. And members of the public should be wary of approaching the dog and be careful not to look in its eyes lest it hypnotize you. Now that would cause quite a stir in the small town communities, and people would be anticipating, and always the radio station would announce that the dog had been found. Yay! Well, the dog was never actually missing. He usually had the dog in his hotel room. But essentially that was a way of building up publicity and promotion. Now, how does this work? If the dog isn't hypnotizing people, then they're not hypnotized. They're just pretending. Nope, they're hypnotized. Well, how do they get hypnotized if the dog's not doing it? Well, there's a saying among hypnotists: all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. But my self-hypnosis tends to work better when someone else is in the driving seat. Essentially, it's what we call an expectancy induction among hypnotists. And if you've taken any of my courses on hypnosis, you know expectancy inductions are basically the hypnotist excites the imagination, intensifies imaginative involvement, so that the person, just as in Cialdini's work with persuasion, if they expect something to happen, it's more likely to happen. So they expect to feel something weird, and that's what happens. When I do telepathy hypnosis, that's essentially, I tell people that I'm going to send out mental thoughts into their minds. I'm thinking of you becoming drowsy, and boom, a certain percentage of folks go boom, they're hypnotized. Go ahead, wake up. Now, if I'm the hypnotist, I tell people as the dog is looking into their eyes that they're feeling drowsy. So my voice guides them. They believe the dog is doing the work, but really they're following my directions as I talk about what the dog is doing to them. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's an expectancy induction. Also, you have other things that are happening. Cowell has friends who are hypnotists. He's an intelligent man, whether you like him or not. He's obviously a very bright, intelligent man. He's also very obviously, from the personality traits he displays, he's imaginative, and he is very anaconformist. He's not a conformist, he's not a nonconformist, he's a conformist. And those folks tend to be highly hypnotizable, because highly hypnotizability correlates very strongly with high imaginations and very powerful willpower. Okay, you know, it's only in the bad movies that it's the weak-minded folks who are easily hypnotized. That's actually the opposite of the truth. So Simon Cowell, I don't know if he was actually hypnotized or if this is just a little bit of a press for the show, but the Hypno Dog Act is certainly a real thing, and many folks are indeed hypnotized through that procedure. You're not likely to be hypnotized by random dogs running around, so please don't fear that. Enjoy your life. I hope that's been useful to you. Please be sure to click subscribe so you can get announcements to new videos as they come up. On Tuesdays, we have Hypno News. We talk about stuff in the news related to hypnosis, trance, and other things. Wednesdays is tips, tricks, methods, and questions. Comment and ask questions, and maybe I'll make a video answering your question. Thursdays, that's special. That's trance time. I guide you through a trance experience. Hopefully you enjoy that. Be sure to check out our web pages, and most importantly, this is Dr. Brian David Phillips saying, live trance and prosper. Bye-bye.